Right, hello everyone, welcome back, and we are going to get into this game of Obtained Esports versus Team Frosty in their first game of ESEA Main, and this is my first game casting in ESEA Main as well, so new experiences all around, but it will be the Finnish side versus Obtained, who are the UK team. But we're going to jump into the first round, and to start off with, it looks like it's going to be a connector wrap here from Obtained Esports. As they head into the toilets area, there's going to be one player close to start off with, and Prime's going to pick up the first kill onto Just. And excuse me if I get something wrong to start off with, but into the site, Krith is going to pick off Bembe, and it's going to be a clean site here for Obtained. And Zahilto will find Krith's in return, but the flank comes in. Hab's going to find one more. Niski finds the head of Habs in return, and it's going to be a 2 versus 3 retake here as they try and make their way onto site. Niski getting a nice shot as he tries to finish off the player, but he's not going to find a second as Danny will find his head eventually. And this bomb is going to be down. There will be this kitten flashbang, but only 11 HP on Zahilto. Danny going to find a header. That's a nice shot from him. And that's going to be the first round here. On overpass going to Obtained. James, winner, almost lost his first game. James Villa plays for Paragon, chatting rubbish again. But we head into the second round, and it's going to be the buy here for Obtained that you'd expect, and it's going to be a force back into this one from Frosty, and a classic example on the CT side now in the current meta for this CT side to pick up a second round bye, even after they lose the first. But it looks like just all the players here for Obtained heading in towards this B site as the flashbang goes over, and it looks like they're going to try and brute force their way into the site. It's going to be 3 players. Danny's going to open up, but NR1, I'm gonna just call him Henry. JPBT going to pick up 1, and he's going to get a second as well as Just finds Krith. Niski finds Habs. A nice headshot from him with that deagle. Swings wide and actually finds JPBT through the smoke as it lands. And it's going to be a 1 versus 2 now. Prime with it all to do. Just has no head armor, but it will be head armor on Niski, so we'll pick up that AK, and now it's going to be a bit more of a fair fight for him. He does manage to get the bomb plant down, and this smoke will allow him to make his way out of sight, but the scout rings true. Hits his first shot just as they look to find this final kill, and Prime's going to get one, but the second round not going their way as Niski will find him through the edge of the smoke, and it will be all level here as Frosty pick up their first round as well. Take a quick look at the extra stats. ADR obviously early on in the game, but Niska starts off with 159. And some good utility damage already from the CT side, and we'll hope they'll continue that into the rest of this half. It will be this rush of the pistols for Obtained, and they've been known to be good on their force buys. Even on these pistols without buying that armor, they've been known to win these. They'll be looking to do so again. Niski will find the first though. Habs does fall, and Just will find one with the USP. Niski just going to clean up Prime, and it looks like it's all over here for the hopes of a win back into this round from Obtained. Nice shot from Niski as he finds the head of Danny, and it's just JPBT left, baiting as usual. Does get tagged up and gets finished off by Bembe, and it will be this third round here on overpass going to the CT side, and they'll be looking to continue their form after that pistol round lost. 2 round streak as their money strengthens, and it will be a buy now for both teams into this round. Flash over the top, and it's going to be good for Habs as he finds Just, trying to find an early scout pick. Slowing things down though for Obtained. They look to secure some map control and take some short control as well, and there's going to be one player in Bembe who will be close into that short pipe, but he's found by JPBT after the trade. And this is going all the way of the T side so far in this round. Only one player here left on B, and Niski will be towards this heaven position as the flash goes over. He's going to find the first in Habs, who swings wide onto the site. But still need to be careful of this short player as Zahillo will find two, and Niski going to finish off the final player as Danny does find one, but it's not going to be enough here. And it looked so good for Obtained to start off here on the 4th round, but don't manage to come away with the win. And Frosty once again strengthening their economy and puts the T side back on the eco. Chris POV. Sure, shall we do one round on him? I just let the auto director do its thing, but I guess I'll direct it myself this round. Let's see how it goes. It could go terribly. Got a good start. He's looking at a wall. Well, let's come back to him. JPBT will be the first to take contact here, and he'll be looking for this close player. Just will find one, but JPBT, Chris, still standing in that position, maybe waiting for something to happen as Habs finds Henry towards that mid position. It will be Niski who is close to this connector, and he'll be looking for that frag. Habs actually does manage to pick him off, and Chris still here. I think he's AFK. So we'll send it back to the auto director, and hopefully he will jump back into the game, maybe having some technical issues. Obtained, though, in this round. Didn't have much of a buy, only Deagles, and they've made it somehow into a 2 versus 4, although it is a 3 technically, as Chris actually does find his way back into the game. He's going to be stuck, and it looks like this B execute will come out from Obtained as they make their way into this bomb site. Prime will go first with this Deagle. Still waiting here. Chris is going to time out eventually. Smoke going to go down mid-site, and this is going to open up the bomb plant for these players as Bembe finds the first in Prime, who couldn't manage to land a shot. He finds a second as well, and now it's a 1 versus 2, and JPBT left alive as he swings wide, and he's going to be shut down by Zahillo. And that's the 3-round lead, and 4 rounds in a row here for Team Frosty, and this is where Obtain need to be careful. Obviously, Chris, if he didn't time out there, maybe this round would have turned out differently, but will be a buy for both teams once again, as Obtained didn't buy into that last round, did heavy damage to the CT side, and will mean 1 less round for them if they do lose this one in terms of buys. You'll see that fast toilets control from Team Frosty, and then they take long control. This is interesting to see. A nice tactic as double mollies wasted there towards Toilet's position, no one there to capitalise, and this smoke going to be thrown down by Justice. Again, going to slow the progress here of Obtained. It seems we just seem to look where the action is not happening, but it will be long, and actually these players getting close as it will be Prime, and Prime's going to fall to Henry. As it looks like they make their way onto site, not spotting anything out, and Monster, and Chris has made his way all the way up here, close to the A site, not going to find the kill after the flashbang goes out, to allow the CT player to rotate back into the site, and 3 men here on this A bomb site as the terrorists make their way in. Chris going to open up on Niski. Habs finds a second when he's blind. Just falls. And now it's a 3 versus 3 as the bomb fake plant here from Habs, as he knows now that a player is long. Here's the reload and runs through the smoke. Henry falls, and Danny's going to find Bembe as well. And now it's just Zahilito left in a 1 versus 3. What can he do? Danny going to find a nice headshot. And finally Obtained. After the 4-round loss streak, they finally find one. Early peak here for the T side, and there's not really going to be any action from Team Frosty so far. It's going to be the double long setup though, and they've set up 4 towards A here, expecting some aggression from the Obtained esports team. And they would be correct in assuming the flash goes over, and it's going to be not really that great of a flash there from Habs, but it does the job. Just does go down, and Henry actually going to capitalise. Chris not really realising that the second player would be so close to long, and all even once again as the AK picked up by Henry as he backs off into the site. Change of tack though from Obtained as they head towards this B-bomb site. Going to be some rotations from the CT side. Going to be some aggressive control from Niski and Toilets, and this is going to allow the rotations from Frosty. They are going to enter this site. Prime's going to shut down the first player in Bembe, who isn't held by his teammate. His teammate misses the first kill, and not aware that no players can come from short. Danny going to luckily find Niski as he misses a few shots, and it's just Henry left alive with that AK, but he's not going to be able to do much with it. Habs find him. And Obtained bring it back to 4-3. Early smoke there from Bembe, and it looks like to be the bottom monster smoke as they send again 4 players here. Frosty towards this mid position. After the early aggression, the smokes drop and players make their way into connectors. They still show presence here towards this A bomb site. It will be the 4-man setup for Obtained towards B, and it looks like this is where they decide to go. Zahilto will be there with the smoke as he drops that one, as they actually do make their way onto site, but deciding against it was the good time to strike for Obtained, but not realising where the rest of these players are. Rotations still haven't come out, and this is going to be a good execute for Obtained, as it will be the scout of Henry who will be the first to open up onto Chris, and as he walks his way onto the site. Danny going to find Bembe, and Danny not going to spot that player. Will spot that player through the smoke. A nice 3k there from Danny as he flicks to each player, taking off each head, and the scout going to get taken down by Prime, and Henry's now going to be the last one left alive, and he's going to get shut down by Danny as he gets a 4k into the round with Prime chipping in. And we take another look at the scoreboard. As you can see, Danny 12 kills so far. as they level things out on overpass. And it seems like Niska and Danny, both the players to watch out for here to start off with. Just with some good utility damage as well. Not so much on the side of Obtained. A maximum of 28 utility damage. Danny does open things up once again. Habs found a nice angle from Just as Niski gonna find crits as well. And it seems like once they get that man advantage obtained, the aggression from Frosty takes it back as it's left in a 4 versus 3. Smoke gonna fade and Zahilto is in this boosted position as Bembe rotates back onto site. And it will be also the Orc of Just who rotates in as well. JPBT gonna get that trade on his teammate Prime, but Bembe gonna be there to get the counter trade as the bomb is dropped. And now it's all for Danny to do as he hopes for some miracle here. He has done well so far, finds the first player in Bembe, and he's going to run through this smoke, and he's looked ring, and that's opened up second as Just really shouldn't have shot through that smoke as he shuts down all 3 players. And Niski falls as well towards heaven. And that's brilliant play from Danny as he storms ahead in frags, and perfect for his team as he takes it 5-4. And the T-side steamroller into the B site and shut things down for Team Frosty. Quick B execute, perfect from Obtained again. This connector presence, there's just 2 players here in the water and they're both going to be spotted, and it's going to be shut down by Habs. As they rotate through connector, they are going to find 1, but it's not going to be enough as Danny finds the 2. Henry, the final player to fall. As Obtained finally take their 2-round lead. Obviously, not really sure either team's strengths here on overpass. So either side, it could be quite even for both teams as they make their way out on the B site here very quickly. Again, Obtained. Zahilto and Henry open up though, and looks like a shutdown here for Team Frosty. It's just going to be Danny and Habs left, and finally they take the massive scout Bembe of Danny, and it's just going to be Habs left alive, and he's shut down by Zahilto, and that B rush is absolutely destroyed by Team Frosty. Chris with the early toilet smoke. It's going to land and force the players on the CT side back. The flash goes over and it will allow the peek into mid. As quick control taken towards A from Obtained. Bit of a change of tact. Not really opting for this map control so far on overpass, but now it seems they start to take toilets control, and still a player deep in Monster. It will be JPBT who's lurking towards that position, finds a leg of Zahilto, and he backs off after taking the contact. Henry gonna open things up onto Chris. Actually, it will be Habs to peek, and he finds 1, but Just is gonna shut him down in return. Into a 3 versus 4. And now it's on Obtained as it seems like it will be JPBT who lurks his way out onto this B site. Not going to find 1 though. Zahilto finds him entering the site with perfect timing. There's going to be a gap in this smoke as well for the T side, and Bembe is going to shut down Prime through the smoke. And now it's just Danny left, and we've seen what he can do before, but can he do it again here for his team? As he finds the first kill, and now left in a 1 versus 3. Good setup though here from the CTs, and this is going to shut him down instantly as Just finds the kill. And it's all level once again as we take another look at the scoreboard. Really, a lot of players struggling here from obtained 9 kills on Habs, and he's the only one really performing as Danny obviously storms ahead with 20 kills already in the first 12 rounds. A kind of team performance from Frosty, and that really has been their strength so far on their CT side. Enabling them to pick up 6 rounds, and this is probably a more stable Bembe will find JPBT to start things off, and again Danny going to find a trade as he searches for the second, but Zahilito will finally find the player. And once again left into a 3 versus 4 here for Obtained. They seem to lose this man advantage quite early in a lot of rounds. May need to think about slowing things down, changing the pace of the game a little bit. Hab's going to throw that bridge smoke, but not realising that Zahilito and his teammate Niski will be close on wood. Just also here, and they completely given up on A here, Team Frosty. They know where this hit's going to come. It's just a matter of time for them. On that boost again, Chris will find Zahilito this time, and the peek comes out from Niski as he finds 2, and a third for him as he finds 3. Perfect shutdown of the B entrance from him as they take the lead, Team Frosty on their CT side. It's going to force Obtained onto this half buy though. They're going to half buy into this one, make sure they can buy for the final round of the half. And the CT's looking good on money now. They won't be worried for the rest of this half. Early Molotov from Just, and that's going to stop any of the push. Actually, they do manage to run through it here, Obtained. It's going to be looks like a fast A push here, but it's going to be an easy rotate from these B players as actually Team Frosty opting for the push into Monster. Just going to find 2, and that's a double for him as he finds the collat. Niski going to shut things down as he finds 2 as well. Hab's going to find 1 in Henry, but it's not going to be enough as the rotation comes in fast, and it will just be Danny left alive once again for his team, searching for this win. Finds the first, and now it's just a 1 versus 1. Zahilito will be the final one as Danny will look for the head and finally finds it, and somehow Danny once again clutches up for his team, and he's had such a dominant performance here on Overpass. 25 kills so far, and this is Main. He's really dominating in his first match. 156 ADR here on the first half. No one even comes close. Habs on 83. And it's only Niska, sorry, who is anywhere close. Hab's going to find Zahilito to start off with, and now good coincidence as he shoots through the smoke and finds 1. Danny once again, patient, calm, finds Bembe. Bit of lag, unfortunately, but Hab's going to find the bomb plant, and it's just Henry left alive as the final half comes to an end. JPBT finds the kill, and that's going to be an even first half here from both teams as we switch the sides. a super quick half-time pause. But as we are gonna head into the second half very quickly here. Usually it takes the players at least 2 minutes to get themselves sorted, but this time it's all different. As it's going to be obtained with the early monster peak. Not going to spot anything, but the bomb is still towards monster and the B side of the map. And after that flash, they head back into the site obtained. Hab's going to open things up onto Henry with a nice headshot. As once again, it looks like obtained just slightly better on this pistol round, but it will be against the Glocks now, and they head towards this B site. JPBT going to find the second as Niski going to find crits towards that water area, but Habs comes in, finds one more. Bomb will go down, and I've still got the kit on Habs and that flashbang to make their way back onto the site. Flash going to come down, and it's not going to be effective here for the T side, but JPBT going to open up onto Zahilito, but Niski going to find two in return. JPBT finds him in the end, and the defuse comes out after he picks up the kit, and a 3k from JPBT in that round. As obtained, are going to pick up the pistol round here on overpass and their CT side. Habs with a nice opening onto Niski already. Just 20 seconds in. Dembe gonna find one. JPVT finds two somehow, and lovely spray transfer onto Joss. As they leave it in a 4 versus 2, and with the T side all to do. Zahilito gonna be here, searching for any openings he can in this B defense. Starts off, Danny finds one. He's not going to find the second in Henry, but Prime shuts it down in the nice crossfire, and it's going to be a 3-round lead here for Obtained as they pick up the second round. And this is going to put the T side onto the eco after the buy. And this should give Obtained a chance to build this CT economy. Slow pressure towards this short area as they make their way in. It will be 3 players here for Obtained. The flash goes over and no one's going to find an opening so far. Danny's going to be the first to find a kill, but no, Henry will. Prime falls. JPBT comes in, and the trade's in and out here for both teams as it's left into a 2 versus 2. Bomb is down, however, and the AWP is towards that heaven area. Not going to be able to find the kill, and Zahilito will be the one planting this bomb. Will they realise that this player is on the flank? As they make their way in towards water, no one on site, and now it's going to give the information to Habs. This should be a relay here to Chris, and he finds one. Now he searches for the second. Where is this final player? Henry. They do not know so far, and he's going to be spotted now. Is Henry going to find Habs? The bomb gets stuck. And they come in, and it looks like a knife from Henry as he finishes off Chris. As Team Frosty managed to pick up their first round of their T-half, and it's in style on this full eco. To 8 here, and it's a bit of a different strategy coming out from the T side as they tend to switch things up every time they go into a round. Henry is going to open up onto Danny here. After the CT side have decided to force buy into this one. The flash goes out, not going to spot anything. No, the molly comes out, and this is going to force the player back into the top of connector. Habs once again slows the player down in connector, forces him off, and Henry's going to be forced to pick up that bomb and head towards long. JPBT gets aggressive towards short, doesn't spot anything, but needs to be careful. That will be Zahilito who is close, and Zahilito is going to be the first to fall. Bembe finds Kriths, and now the A site is completely open here for Team Frosty as they make their way quickly onto the site. The flashes go out, the smokes go in. But on the quick rotate here, it will be JPBT, and he looks to find one to start off with, finds two actually. Perfect from JPBT as Habs quickly on the flank as well, finds Just, and now it's just Henry left alive as Prime struggles to find the kill, but finds him eventually through the smoke as it dissipates. And Obtained going to fight their way back into this one on a nice force buy. Bit of full damage there from Prime, only 2 HP though, so nothing to worry about. Bembe gonna get dropped slightly by the molly, and the nade's gonna come in as well as aggression from Kriths. He's gonna find two. Niski able to find him in return, but not before he turns the man advantage in the favour of the T side. Will pick up that AK though, and could deal damage to this CT economy if they play their cards right, Team Frosty. And that's probably what they'll aim to do, is actually it will be Henry who hits a very, very nice deagle shot onto Habs and picks up the AWP as well. And now it's all, the tables are completely turned, and Obtained need to be aware that this round can be lost for them, as each team going back and forth here. Prime going to find Bembe, however. Henry hits another brilliant shot onto Prime as the AWP rings out. Oh, sorry, slapped you. In a 2 versus 2, however, and bomb still to make its way onto site. 30 seconds left. And it's going to be Danny who's left. And if there's any player you want on this A-bomb site, it will be Danny, as it looks like this is where the play is going to come. The flash in from Henry as they make their way onto site. It will be Danny, and he finds one, and he's going to look for the second. This AWP just holding the angle as he doesn't peek, and that's going to be a nice find from Danny as he finds two of the players entering onto the site, and he shuts the push down. Makes it 12-8 as they take their 4-round lead here, Obtained. And we take another quick look at the scoreboard, and on the second half it's been JPBT who's taken the lead for his team. Danny still in second place, still doing well, but players slowing down here for Team Frosty. No one managing to pick up the frags, as Zahilito and Just only managing to get a maximum of 2 kills from what I can remember. Just will find Danny to start off with though, and a big head to find as the flash comes over. Bembe will be the one to find 2 as JPBT gets swung. Rotation from Obtained as all the rest of the players from Frosty have headed towards this B bomb site. It will be Prime to find Henry on the retake now, however. It will be a 3 versus 4. And it looks like the save going to come out from Obtained as Prime decides to back away. And probably the best decision with that AWP. JPBT combined to the next, and Prime will be able to drop his teammate Danny that M4. But it will mean minimum utility here for Obtained, but it keeps things close as Team Frosty take their 9th. change of tact here. Actually, the smoke goes out and Habs is on this AWP. Will be looking to find that opening pick, but doesn't spot the player in Just, who makes his way into playground. Habs searching in connector though, and a nice boost from Danny as he picks up the first player. The flash in as well, and it's going to force the players out of short as Danny takes the peek, and Niski now going to be aware that this player can be close, and JPBT's flash is not going to be enough. Chris going to find the perfect timing on Just as he takes the AWP down, and now we're left in a 3 versus 4, but we've seen this can swing either way, and they head into the B bomb site. Team Frosty, Prime going to open things up to start off with, and he gets a second as well as he looks for a third, and a perfect shutdown for Prime towards Wood. Like it's going to be a fast peek from Habs, as actually might get caught off here as they rush into mid. It will be Chris to find the first kill, but Zahilito is going to be there as he finds a second there and brings the man advantage back to his team, but making their way onto this A bomb site, already going to be there. Niski going to find Danny, who's trying to rotate in. Zahilito going to know this player is in long, going to hear the footsteps, and finds the player in Krith. Back to a 2 versus 3 as Team Frosty take the man advantage. Flash out makes his way onto the site. Both players look to retake. Niski going to be the one rotating long through toilets to shut down this bomb. Molly comes out, but Zahilito going to shut down Prime. JPBT going to be the final one, and AWP of Niski shuts the final player down, and 13-10. Both teams flip-flopping. Neither one come out ahead so far on the CT side. Prime goes for the early pick with this AWP. The flash going to go down, but the flash from Henry is good. It's not good enough. Perfect timing from Prime on the trigger. Boost again from Obtained, and Hab's not going to see anything this time, and careful through the smoke. They need to be. This player will be caught on the edge, and actually Danny does spot the feet. Doesn't spot it on his screen, however. Now he will, and finds the player. Zahilito will be the one to fall. Not really a very strong position, seeing as you can't see out of that smoke. But the rest of the 3 players here for Team Frosty head towards this B site, and now it's all going to be realised as JPBT the first to fall. Danny is going to shut things down. JPBT comes in, finds one, and Hab's going to shut down the final player in Just, and it's going to be 14-10 for Obtained, as they are only 2 rounds away now from taking what will be their first win of ESEA Main. Quick short rush, and JPBT going to shut down the first 2 players. Bembe and Niski fall as Chris comes through connector, finds 2 of his own. And now it's just left alive, and they're going to look to secure a final round here, Team Frosty, and look to take it to OT, but the dominance from Obtained now, as it will be a bye. Not a very good one for the T side. 2 players on these Galils, but the AWP will come out for Just. JPBT still going to be on that MP9. He's going to smoke off the bottom of Monster early, but it's not going to be very effective as the molly comes down. It's going to get smoked off by Team Frosty as they make their way closer to this A fountain. Chris finds a couple of hits onto Niski. Bembe going to find JPBT though to start things off, and this is what you want to see from Frosty. Just going to find a second in Chris, and now the round is completely open. Bembe going to shut down Habs, and you've got to say this is the round here for Team Frosty as they look to make their way back into this game. Zahilito going to find the final player as we take another quick look at the scoreboard. A bit better now from Team Frosty. They've decided to pick up, lacking a few frags, but JPBT once again topping on the CT side. And a slow start from Prime, Chris and Habs. Danny obviously massively carrying in this game, 35 kills. This man doesn't need a warm-up after his first game, and maybe everyone else does, but Habs is going to open things up onto Niski here. Just finds one, but not before he's found by JPBT. And it's going to be left into a 3 versus 4, and they've got it all to do here. Chris going to find Henry, and I think I already know the answer to this round as Danny going to find 2. Perfect hold from him, and this game ends 16-11 in the favour of Obtained Esports as they take their first win here in ESEA Main.